Man, do I look that freakish?
The old adage goes, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. How you display your author brand can make or break your long-term success. I'm going to be ordering 5 different types of gigs, 3 professionals per gig, and spending under $175 in total, so I can show you a little bit more about what you need to be doing for your author brand. You want to learn more about that? Make sure you stay tuned. Full disclosure, today's video is sponsored by the fine folks over at Fiverr. You can take a look at their ebook and book publishing store that I use on the regular over at dalelinks.com/Fiverr. Also, would you like to enter for a chance to win over $2,200 in cash and prizes? Then you want to make sure that you go over and join the 2020 Finish Strong Challenge. Details are at dalelinks.com/challenge. Join the challenge today and you can win something really big. It's inevitable. Marketing and promotion. You're going to need to get yourself out there more and more if you really want to get an advantage over other authors on the online market. This includes getting interviews, guest blog posts, in-store appearances, and whatnot. But landing those things really can be kind of tricky. In my book, Promotional Strategies for Books, I discuss how you need to lead with your best look forward. And this is going to include a few little intricate things, because just simply sending out a photocopy sheet of your picture that someone took on your flip phone and whipping together some type of bio is not going to cut the mustard. You really need to look professional. So things you'll need to make the best first impressions going to include a professional headshot, a media kit, which is going to include all relevant information, including your bio, your contact info, your headshot, of course, and any relevant links. And then last but not least, this little nice touch that, is going to give the chef's kiss on everything is an excellent email signature. Because when you're conversing with brands, companies, and services to really get yourself in their favor, having that extra email signature is going to make them go, ooh, well, look at this. I like it. Now, I understand that most indie authors are a bit cash strapped, and just trying to invest in something like this seems like a little bit of a long shot. That's why I'm going to try to keep the budget kind of low. And the other thing is, I'm also realizing that some people don't have the skill sets or the resources or the time to kind of put these things together. So that's why we're going to hire the professionals to do it for us. So I'm keeping my budget below $200. In fact, I'm going to spend about $175 in total. But you're not going to have to order all the gigs that I just did. You have some options to choose from. You're going to spend as little as $35 to as much as $75 to get all these things done for you. So that way you look like the professional that you really are. All right, let's go ahead and order some author headshots. Now, you can do something really, really simple. I did mine with an iPhone. You can get an Android. If you've got a professional camera, totally fine. Let's go ahead and snap a good shot that we can send off and get it professionally retouched and done up, looking really nice. Okay, so this very first one here I went ahead and selected was I'll draw a headshot avatar from a photo. This is a little different. Normally I would say let's go for a professional headshot and such, but this one just kind of jumped out to me. I kind of thought it was neat. It wasn't too caricatured or crazy. And cha-ching. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna hit another gig here. And this one was a little bit more pricey, but I feel like it was worth it because I dug into things. When I looked at the standard package, it made the most sense. Because with the basic, it just it gave the source, it wouldn't give the source file and such like that. But it said 3 images. So I feel like, this is gonna be kind of nice. The last one, you only get 1 image. This one's 3, so let's go ahead and do this. And cha-ching. Okay, so this next one here is a little bit higher on the scale. I was looking at some of the portfolio here and it looks really, really cool. I was really most interested in the standard gig. Again, it allows up to 3 images, it says here, and then it says 2 images. Either way, 2 to 3 images works out really nicely for me. And cha-ching. Okay, so now all these are ordered. Let's move over to the next step, which is going to be email signatures. Now, bear in mind, it's a good idea to have these headshots before you go and get the email signature. I already do have some headshots, so we'll probably just use those in the meantime. Now, you're going to love the fact that these email signatures are not going to break the bank and they still look very high quality and very professional. This very first one, actually, I've ordered from this one before, so I'm going to be pretty happy with whatever I get. Cha-ching. All right, let's go for the next email signature gig. Again, $5. Can't beat it with a stick. You get 1 image, social icon, clickable, free image hosting, and HTML file included. All right, and source file. Not bad. Let's do that. And Cha-ching! Okay, so next up we're going to need to put together an author bio. Now I know sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle to try to humble brag about yourself or get it to where you can copyright it in a way that's compelling and it gets it to where it's enticing more people to read it and become more invested in you. So that's why I really like to hire out whenever doing an author bio. So we're going to find out what kind of chops these folks have that I've looked up here. Okay, so this one, I will create unique author bios your readers will love by Brittany Hest 514. I want 2 paragraphs just to kind of be safe, because if I did 1 paragraph and Discovery just didn't have enough, it would just be better this way. It has 2 revisions, so I kind of like this. Let's go with it, $10, can't beat that. Cha-ching. Next gig. I will write an amazing author bio for you. Now their basic gig, 50 to 100 words. I almost feel like that might be too short for what I'm looking for. It says 200 plus words in an engaging style, ideal for Amazon page, about pages, and inside covers of ebooks. Love it. Russ41 Berg has some pretty good reviews, 645 with a 4.9 average rating. And wait for it, cha-ching. Let's try one more author bio. Here is one. I will create an author bio for your book by Christian Fried. And I felt like 200 words is going to be sufficient, especially since the other ones kind of did that anyway. Confirm and pay, and cha-ching. All right, now that we have the headshots done, we're getting the bio done. So now we're going to end up putting all of these together over on the media kit. So you're going to want to make sure your headshot, your bio is already done. You have all your relevant links ready to get that media kit together. This is the part that's going to really dazzle people, especially if you're trying to land any kind of interviews or guest blog posts. The very first one, I will design an amazing looking social media press kit for you. Love it. I saw some of the portfolio on this one and it looks really, really good. There's only 1 gig for $15. I'll design 1 page media kit. It's plenty to me. And cha-ching, on to the next gig. I'll design a professional media kit, press kit, or EPK. So love it. Level 2 seller here has 354 positive reviews. Balahi Online. The silver basic package looks pretty good. We could go the gold standard, but I'm thinking that just this $20 package is probably going to be more than enough, and especially since it's a 1-page layout. So let's make it super simple. And cha-ching, last gig. I will design a professional press kit, media kit, or EPK. This is by Abdullah Mumats 9. Level 2 seller, 332 positive reviews. The basic gig, $20, 1-page design, elegant color scheme, eye-catching design, PDF and JPEG, print ready and commercial use. That sounds fantastic to me. Continue. And the big final cha-ching. Everybody work with me. Put your arms up, pull it on down, cha-ching. So to start each one of these orders, I'm going to go ahead and submit all the requirements on each one of those things. There's no sense in you guys hanging out and watching this whole process. It's fairly intuitive. I'll see you in a few days. Okay, so it's been about 5 days since I put in all of the 12 orders here for the complete author brand overhaul here. Let's start it out with the headshots. This is the one that actually I got done by Ambara 939 for $5. I sent the headshot, which was this one, something super simple, and he turned it around and did this in turn. Not bad. Man, do I look that freakish? I almost kind of have like a little bit of a unibrow on this one. And overall, I kind of think it's neat when you shrink it down, it'll probably look a lot better. But for $5, you honestly can't beat that with the stick. Super happy with the service. The next one is Joy Gun. She did a photo retouch for about $30. Oh, wow. Already seeing this right out the gate. This is cool because I did this on a background inside my living room, and you'll even see it in the very next photos here. But yeah, look at this, very clean pull. I like this much better. And you know, the funny thing is these photos were done with my iPhone. So she was able to kind of really dress this up and clean it up so much more. And she made me look a little bit younger. So for about $30, $10 per headshot, I think that was really, really good. All right, the next one's Bogdan Miku. Say that 10 times fast. $40 for a photo retouch. Okay, so just cleaned up the iPhone shot. I was kind of hoping you would pull the background out, but you know, this is good. It's definitely way cleaner than what it was originally. Looks pretty cool. And then he actually attached a full video of how he went through and did this. If you want to see this video, let me know inside the comments and I will actually post this inside the channel memberships. Of those three, I really preferred probably the second one because she did pull the background out. And for 30 bucks, 10 shots, not too bad. This isn't too bad either, this third one. All right, let's go over into the very next one, which is going to be the professional email signatures. This is a really nice touch. So the first one is done by Titaufik. I only got one of them. Now keep in mind, this will be on my email signatures. So I really like it. It looks very professional. And all of these are going to end up being clickable inside the email. So in any event, I ended up selecting this one because I really enjoyed it the best. And for $5, it is really professional. I really do like this. All right, going on to the next one, Design Expert 44, $5 for email signature. Pretty good. It's not quite as flashy as the last one, but maybe this is something a little more my speed, to be honest. And you'll see that if you go and click on here, it'll take you over to my book's website. You can go to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, the website. You can even click on the email address. So I really like this one. Clean, to the point, $5, well worth it. Next one up, I've actually used RS Themes before. This is $5 for an email signature. Very similar to the other ones, but this one kind of married a little bit of the best of both of the previous ones, in my opinion. I really like how it's all framed out. You know, you can see like the checkout, the 5-time award-winning book, Amazon keywords for books. But I enjoyed the fact that RS Themes has an attention to detail. And that little bar on the bottom could have just been straight blue, but instead he kind of broke it up with just a little bit more of a color variation. And this is kind of cool. I like it between the dark blue, the light blue, the little gradient, and then back to the dark blue. And then its simplistic design really grabs my eye, and it doesn't take away from what I want to be doing in the emails, which is communicating with people. So this right here, of all of them, I enjoy RS Themes. Next up is going to be the author bios. This one's done by Christian Fried for $10. So each one of the author bio gigs, I had to answer a questionnaire of sorts. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. I'll go ahead and read through this as quickly as possible. Dale L. Roberts is an award-winning author with over 40 published titles to his credit, originally from insert city and state. Now, this would have been a nice one if he would have just asked. I could have probably answered it in there. He has coached and assisted thousands of independent authors through his unique process on his YouTube channel. Dale's dedication to enhancing the craft through giving legitimacy to self-published authors has been recognized and noted through the industry. Knowing he has been able to help others inspires him to continue creating and share the wealth of knowledge he has accumulated over the course of his career. To learn more about Dale and his books, you can follow him at add social media and sales links. Okay, so my thoughts on this bio, not too bad. There's probably a little bit too much passive sentence structure for my liking. I really like to see a lot less of that. But overall, great bio. This is awesome. Saved me a lot of time because it's really tough as an author to put together a good, bio of sorts. Okay, next gig. This one's done by Brittany Hest 514. It was $10. And Brittany, I found, was a fun to work with. She had a great questionnaire, and also instead of pushing the gig through, she asked for some feedback, and so that really was kind of nice. 5-time award-winning author Dale L. Roberts has risen to the top of the indie author charts since 2014. After falling in love with the thrilling, haunting, and disturbingly real style of thrillers by Stephen King as a boy, Roberts always dreamed of one day becoming an author as well. He has published over 40 books about health and fitness between 2014 and 2016, while achieving international best-selling status for several titles. In 2016, Roberts began his highly successful YouTube channel, Self-Publishing with Dale, to educate and inform other authors who struggle to turn their passion into a career. To find out more about him, visit his channel, youtube.com, Self-Publishing with Dale. Not too bad. I really like the fact that she just kind of got right to the point. Brittany was awesome at this. I don't know how I feel entirely, and let me know what you feel about saying either the first name or the last name when you're referring to someone in the third person. I feel it's more impersonal if you're not say the person's name. So that part of me, I don't know. That's just kind of a quirk of mine, but I thought, let's go ahead and let it ride, and maybe you guys would let me know what you would prefer. Next gig. Okay, so this one's done by Russ41Berg. Now, Russ actually had to ask for an extension, and then unfortunately, there was some miscommunication. At one point, he had sent me the questionnaire, and I didn't see it. And then just this morning, he was like,
hey, you gonna answer that questionnaire?
and I was like, whoops. I'd sent him some information for some previous questionnaires because he didn't give it right out the gate. And I found it very interesting that he asked me one of my favorite quotes, and he's like, whether it's yours or somebody else's. And here's one of the quotes I usually say: embrace the perfection in imperfection. Don't sweat the small stuff because it rarely will make a difference in the grand scheme of things. Dale R. Roberts is a multi-award-winning author who has written more than 40 books in the health and fitness genre and has received critical acclaim for his books on self-publishing. He lives in Columbus, Ohio with his wife Kelly and their rescue cat Izzy. From college dropout, aspiring rock musician, and professional wrestler, Dale certainly had a varied career path. His books on health and fitness recently gave way to helping others find the right way to promote their books online, and he now works full-time as an author and video content creator. His book, Amazon Keywords for Books, has won 5 awards. In his free time, Dale enjoys traveling with his wife whenever they get the chance, reading and playing guitar. For Dale, the future lies in helping aspiring authors transition to writing and publishing full-time. While he feels that his life is as complete as it can be, he'd love to continue to live it on his own agenda without having to clock into a day job or work on someone else's terms. You can contact or follow Dale at the following, and of course it puts all my contact links and all that stuff. This is a real detailed bio. I think that this would be great for the back of the book. I don't know that it would put on, like, say, my Amazon author profile. Of all of the ones, I really like Russ's the best. And the funny thing is this guy was on a time crunch and he still cranked it out really good. Little bit of a nitpicky thing here. There was one passive sentence. I would have liked to have not seen that, but in the same instance, it's so forgivable. I don't think too many people are going to be upset when they're reading a bio with passive sentence structure. All right, last 3 gigs. We're going to look at the media kits. The first one's from Arsalanus Manny 1. Wow. Okay. So Arsalanus actually was really fast with his order. Okay, not too bad. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with the lineup here. Small detail. The cursive writing is kind of cool. I like the showcasing of the books. It's kind of nice. Put in some of the reviews. If I had to do it over again, I probably would have asked him maybe to pull the bolding off this. It seems to kind of just stand out in a bad way. YouTube demographics, it's kind of cool. He'd asked me about my demographics and I was like, well, I only know through YouTube, so that's what I was able to do. And if I had to do it over again too, I probably would have given him a pretty link for this instead down here. But overall, I mean, this right here cost all of $15 to kind of whip together. Not bad. Actually, I honestly probably would have spent easily about a half hour working on this, and for $15, I think that my time's worth more than that to sit here and fuss around with a media kit. So a great one right out the gate for Arsalanus Manny 1. 15 bucks, can't beat that with a stick. The next one's Balahi Online for $20. We've got the media kit. This is kind of cool that it's a 1-sheet deal, and the 1 sheet, the whole purpose is to just quickly communicate what you are, who you are, how to contact you. So I kind of like that. That's neat that they did like a 3D rendering of it. Now, there was one thing I really tried to express to him. I only wanted to use the book logo, and I didn't want to use self-publishing with Dale, not the YouTube channel, because this is ideally for my author brand. So I didn't want to kind of just lean on this. Also, I'm not a big fan of left alignment. I'd much rather see this justified than having the left alignment because it looks broken up right about here. Overall though, I really like this one, probably better than the last one. It was a little more expensive, but I dig it. I could definitely get behind this, and I like how it showcased my Amazon Keywords for Books, which you should get. So for $20, definitely worth it. Okay, so let's take a look at the other one. This is by Abdullah Mumatz 9, and this was for $20. This was kind of cool. Abdullah actually went over into my Instagram profile and nabbed this picture right here. Big kudos, going above and beyond. I honestly didn't give this one to him, but he ended up using it. Love the color choice, love the layout. If there was anything I would probably do differently, it would be that I would take the profile image and maybe replace it with like a logo, because I have my head right here twice. I seem slightly narcissistic on this one. I like the fact that he used justification here for alignment. This is really cool. Not bad. And this is clickable, you can see. Each one of these are clickable. Available Amazon, I love it. So this is kind of cool. If there was one thing I would like to change, again, it was something I told all 3 designers, like, hey,
use the book logo. Please don't use the text. That was probably my fault. I probably should have just included the book logo. But overall, I like this one. What do you think about those 12 different gigs? Which one did you like the best, and which one did you like the least, and which one do you think you would order? Hey, speaking of ordering, I actually ordered 10. That's right, 10 different cover designs for one book. You're gonna see it over inside this video, and if you've already seen that video or you're not interested, you can always take a look at this video right over here. I'll see you in either one.